So this is an interview between two people that I admire for specific things. PBD because he has exceptional father figure material, and Andrew Tate, he has specific interesting ways of seeing life, especially depression, but they're going to talk about what we need to do with the kids in this age.
We had the same amount of guns, 1950 per capita. Brandon, can you look at that per capita, how many guns we had in 1950 versus today? Yeah. But it's relatively the same. Gun laws haven't changed dramatically from 1950 till today. What's changed from then to today? We took out God out of school. Yeah. Prozac was invented in 1987. Yeah. The law to legalize advertising drugs, big pharma in America was 1985. It's only 2 countries in the world that can advertise, us and New Zealand.
Crazy.
So you got God, really? You got Prozac, you got big pharma advertising, you got the LGBTQ movement that's taking place. You got all of that taking place to where we are today. So when you're talking about guns, what has changed? It's not the guns that's changed. Society has changed. Standards have changed.
Completely.
So how do you fix that? So if that is the biggest problem you're selling, yeah. Number one, here's the problem. Let me sell you why this is the problem. Okay, the people are like, you're right, I'm buying it. Give us a solution. What's the solution?
Yeah, I think the solution comes back down to family values, and that's a very difficult question to answer because it's across the entire spectrum, right? I do feel like it's almost a race to the bottom for men and women now in the modern society. I don't think women are being very good women. I don't think men are being very good men. And I think both of that is accelerating against each other, and it's a race to the bottom.
How do you fix that?
It's difficult. It's hard. And I still think one of the easiest ways to do that is God. I think if you bring back some degree of morality and some degree of standard to both sexes, I think things will start to get better.
I have to agree with him that the red pill is actually like the new feminist movement because they keep picking and choosing the most negative thing. That when I understood the red pill movement, I started realizing they did not like the way I tried to solve certain things. They were like, I don't want to educate people. And that's the moment I was like, you're kind of sounding a little like the feminist that I tried to talk out of it. And then I realized, maybe we are doing this to ourselves.
I can tell you right now, they talk about why does men not want to get married anymore. Men don't want to get married anymore. They come up with all these elaborate reasons. The main reason men don't want to get married anymore is because their girlfriend was with me for free. So why are they going to marry her? That's the bottom line of it. Why would you, a white dress means virgin. Marry who? A girl from the club who your friends have been with? You want to marry her? Like when you remove all of the morality from life, you just end up in a scenario where the only possible logical move is to act without morals. Yeah. Game theory, right? We sit there and we analyze things logically. If you're going to be, if all the women you meet are immoral, how are you going to act? When you act morally, you get wrecked. So how do you act?
It's like, I'm sorry, I have to say, but like the Bible said it, the good things are bad and the bad things are good. Look at the news and all the promos. They like to talk about negative things because that's the only thing that gets clicks. And back in the day, everybody wanted to avoid a negative moral story about themselves. But now, I'm a victim. Let's go.
We have to fix society as a whole, and it comes down to even the most basic things like female promiscuity, the most basic things like men sticking up for their last name, the most basic things like men having to be too honorable and too proud to be out of shape or be poor or not take care of a woman. I'm not just talking about women, I'm talking about men. Any woman who's with me, her life is fixed. That is my job. I'm Andrew Tate. I would be embarrassed to have a girl say, I'm Andrew Tate's girlfriend and have to work her job unless she wanted to. She can do anything she wants. She's my chick. You can have anything. You run the world now. You're with the top G. Anything you want is mine. I'll take care of you in every single way, but you must take care of me. I take care of you financially and physically. You must protect me spiritually. You must do your job. It's a race to the bottom on both sides. And when you have two genders racing to the bottom and then a child is born, what do we expect from this child? Who's raising the child? Yeah. The school, the TV, the internet? You trust these people?
Yeah, that is something that I was talking to my wife about, is that compared to other people, we both work, but we always talk about the kids. We always spend time with the kids, or Saturdays or Sunday. It's not to hang out with friends. It's to hang out with my kid. And I will try to do something that my friends can come along. But we just spend it with our kids. Because financially, it's better for us. We have more money. We can do more stuff for them. And we started realizing that if we don't spend time with our kids, what's the point? Why did you make them anyway? If I just want to keep partying with my friends, Next time, I'll have to abort, right? What's the point? I don't understand people that don't want to spend time with their kids. Then why the heck did you make the kid? Social pressure?
Into them. So another thing that's very interesting. You talk about the 1950s, another thing that was different. In the 1950s, parents raised their kids. Who raises kids nowadays?
The internet.
School,
TikTok.
internet, Twitch. How much time do you spend talking to your child compared to the programming they get from the Matrix? You're losing in terms of pure minutes.
Yep.
You're losing. You can't even control what your child sees in school anymore. You don't even know. And when you find out they do what they did in California, they're like, what? Most people don't even know this. You have children 15 years old, I've seen it on YouTube, arguing with their own parents, disagreeing with their own parents. The whole point of having children is to instill your values in them. I want my sons to be Emery, Andrew, Tate. They must think and act and be like me.
Yep.
And for someone, I've had people say to me, what if they're not? If they're not, they're not. That's fine. But the whole point of me having them was my lineage.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of me suffering to raise them was my lineage. Why would I raise them to be anything other than what I believe I should be and they should be? That's
Because these people are trying to project the idea that they should be able to live their lives because their parents kind of thought the same, but they did it in a way more aggressive, or this person were way more sensitive and was guided in a different way, or the parents wasn't even there and somebody told them that their parents are wrong. If you're active in your child's life and you're patient and you're consistent, the chances that they might rebel against you and don't see you as a good person or a quality person to keep in their lives is almost impossible.
That's the whole point of it, and I'm proud of that. I'm not going to sit and apologize for wanting my sons to be Tates. I'm not going to apologize for it. I don't care what the school wants them to believe. They believe what I want them to believe because they are mine.
Yep.
But all of that's gone. So then we also talk about what's different between the 1950s and today. These kids are being raised by people who aren't their parents, and whoever's raising them clearly ain't teaching them anything good. It's teaching them, if you feel act how you feel. You can't tell men that. It's dangerous. You can't tell men to act how they feel. You can't tell men to not have emotional control. You can't tell men to cry anytime they want. Because men don't just cry sad, they cry angry. They cry very angry. You don't want that. You have to teach them stoicism. You have to teach them all of these things. And it's all gone.
So, okay, so let's stay on this. This is actually a very interesting topic we're in, from 1950s till today. So you're saying if somebody is a Tate, if somebody is my wife, if somebody is my son, you're going to be doing this. I'm not going to let a teacher XYZ. Okay. Well, 85, 90% of America doesn't have the money to be able to
Correct.
put them in a private school.
Correct.
Where right now is June. If you go on YouTube or Twitter and look at Pride Month, everywhere kids are coming to school. Parents, teachers got these pride stuff going on all over the place. Parents are like, look, I'd love to put them in a private school, but even some private schools are doing it right now.
Yep.
In Florida, there is a private school.
You need to start homeschool. Even after work, you start playing more with your kid and homeschool them about a few things, but you have to do it. And you need to have a community that they can visit. On Friday, I go with the church group, chill with a bunch of people. On Saturday, we always travel somewhere, go to the swimming pool, and we invite other friends with kids that thinks like me. Sunday, we have our church. I go chill there with my people. After the church, either with some of these people, we eat together or invite people to come together at my home. You need to let your kid understand that vibe. That's the only way, because the moment that breaks and they don't have a community, then they will find the community that the government promotes to them consistently. The commercials that appear on YouTube consistently, people go blah, kissing and all this stuff. I'm like, it's a cartoon of Sonic that he's watching of a person playing a freaking game. Why is that on kids' cartoons? Playing a game.
It's known one of the best private
My kids are not even allowed to watch YouTube alone anymore.
schools out there. You know which one I'm talking
Yeah,
about?
I
I
won't
won't
say the
mention
name.
it. Starts with the letter P. People should know what it is, but they all know what I'm
Sorry, he's talking about a school that is private.
talking about. We have a party at our
Private.
house, okay? And baseball. My son, so he's got a baseball. All the players are their parents. I'm talking to the parents. So, hey, meet one of the girls. So, what school do you go to? Oh, well, I was going to such and such school, but I'm going to such and such school. Oh, really? Tell me why. The dad's like, yeah, it's just, reasons. He gets uncomfortable. Yeah. I said, no, really, tell me why. I'm curious. Well, I don't really want to get into that. I said, are you uncomfortable because it's political reasons? Well, yes. I said, well, let's just say you're safe to say it here. Yeah. He says, am I fully safe? I said, what do I need to tell you for you to know you're fully safe? You're fully safe with us because you know my position. Yeah. He says, fair. He says, we took him out because they started asking my daughter to do X, Y, Z with pride, to write on this. And she wrote a letter, a paper that was opposing the opinion, and she failed the class because her opinion didn't match whatever they were saying, and boom. Now, so I said, what's going on with that private school? That school's 50 grand a year per kid, the one that's grooming.
50 grand,
50 grand a year per
kid.
kid.
Yep.
There's an exodus from this school to go to other schools. So one, some parents don't have the option, Andrew, to say, you and I are not worried about it. I'm not worried about it, but the people I'm leading, they're worried about it.
Absolutely.
How do you fix it if you're that person without the resources you got?
And that's another thing that's difficult, because I have two answers to this question. I have the arrogant answer, not the answer that I believe
I think
is
I know
helpful.
the arrogant one, but give both of them.
I'll give both.
Yeah.
The one I actually believe is helpful. This is where I think things like we discussed earlier, like the Klan comes into effect, right? Imagine you had 18 kids from 6 or 7 parents, groups of parents, and everyone's living together. The family unit, the energy and the ethos and the merits of that particular clan is going to be so much stronger and difficult for the matrix to penetrate and break. Their best friends are the people they live with. The kids live with the other kids who believe the same as them. The parents all agree. When you're a clan, you're far more difficult to attack and assault.
Yeah, I love the fact that he said that, because we live like a clan. With my church, we live in Spain, but it feels that I live in a small town connected to each other, and always once a week or more, we gather together just to eat. Every birthday, we gather together, we eat. Everybody is thinking the same. And like, it's not that we don't trust other people, but we would never trust other people with their own kid. That's how we would judge if the person is community friendly. Let's just say that.
So I would say the first thing I would do if I was a parent of normal income, I would try and find other parents who agree with me, and try and find other people who are ideologically sound, and I'd make sure that our children are friends and they spend the most time with each other, and I would try for us all to go on holidays together, and I would also put in conscious effort to try and deprogram. I don't think many parents say to their kids, what did you learn today? I'd be doing that, not
every day.
To check on the kid. I'd be doing the check on the school.
But let me challenge you, what's going on.
Sure.
So let's role play. Go ahead. Ask me the question.
What did you learn at school today?
So today we learned that, Dylan Mulvaney had the courage to stand up for her beliefs, and she's a hero because she's out there and she's helping a lot of other people that are going through challenging times be able to stand up for themselves.
Okay.
What are you going to tell me?
I would say, why do you think they want you to believe that?
What do you mean that?
Why do you think they want you to believe that? They've told you something.
Yeah.
I don't believe that's true. What they've done is lie to you. Why do they want you to believe that?
Perfect. So say you now convince me I'm your son. Yeah. Great. I go to school tomorrow.
Yeah.
Ready?
Correct.
Now I'm in school.
Correct.
Hey, Miss Jones says, hey, Patrick, so tell me, so what did you think about this as this? You have to write this paper. Well, let me tell you, last night I was having a conversation with my dad, and my dad told me, why do you want me to believe that?
Yep.
Then comes the phone call.
Yep.
And then now you're cornered as a parent, and now what do you say to the school? Say I'm the school, role play.
Correct. And I can't role play it by myself. It's difficult. It's difficult. And this is the exact point why you need a clan, you need a network, you need other parents. If I was a parent and my child was going to public school, I'd be extremely interested in finding other parents.
That's why I said, as a Christian, I found the school with Muslim, Hindu, and if a bunch of religions are there, they know they have to respect all the religions. And I also tell everybody this, and that. Immediately. I don't bounce around the bush. I'm not empathetic that I can think that we can change his opinion. I'm like, no, man. I have this thing. It's part of my culture. And if they're very left-wing, they're super anti not changing specific culture unless you're Christian. Then I'm like, yo, bro, just chill your ass. Okay? Christianity was all over Africa long time ago. I don't even give them the opportunity to explore it with my kid. If they think my kid is the enemy, they know at that school that I'm one of the most active parents there, and supposedly everybody likes me that I'm that active.
Whose kids were going to that public school. Yeah, you have the PTA meetings, etc., but there has to be a degree of strength in numbers. It's hard. You can say homeschooling, that's the cop-out.
Easy.
But the other answer, the more arrogant answer to this, is actually an answer I gave after the subway incident. You know, in New York with the subway where they choked the guy and he died.
Yep.
I get asked all the time, Andrew, what would you have done in that scenario? It's a very difficult scenario. I mean, we can argue whether he choked him too long, whether he was trying to protect people. There's a bunch of arguments. But it's very unfortunate. This goes back to what I was saying earlier. You can no longer just be the average man, the average citizen. I insulate myself from so many problems with money. I
Yeah.
know this is a terrible thing to say and people aren't going to like hearing it, but it's true. I never have to worry about some garbage on the subway. I never have to worry about, do I stand up and defend this woman or allow her to get attacked because they're going to put me in jail? I never have to worry about some fight on a plane because the ticket was $40. I never have to worry about my kid going and learn something they don't want to learn. I don't have to worry about any of this because money protects me, right? So when I say this, like if I have a girl and she's saying, all you do is work, you need to be a dad too. I'm being a dad by being rich. That's me being a dad. That's how I protect you all. I'll work 18 hours a day every single day. That's me being a dad more than almost anything.
He went a little too gangster there for me. I'm not gonna lie. So I understand that the arrogant answer is try to find the balance with your couple and create a situation that all the things that you do, you don't put your kids in danger, and that is the best that you can do. I don't think I'll ever be as rich as Tate, and also I'm not interested because I don't want to work 18 hours a day. I want to spend time with my kids. A lot of people are working so much and they die super early. I know people that just got the pension. I'm gonna chill. Bruh, I want to spend time with my kids. I want my kids to remember me. They want to sleep next to me. One time I was just feeling a little busy and my son told me, Papa, can we play Spider-Man against Carnage? And I played with my son 1 hour that specific day. And usually my son is, the little one is about, I'm going to lay next to mom, fall asleep, and that's it. And mom is going to change the bed. That 1 hour that I just played with him at that specific moment, when my wife told him, hey, let's go to sleep, and he was like, no, I want to play with daddy and then I'll go to sleep. And I want to sleep next to daddy. I don't want to miss that. I don't care about 18 hours. Find a balance to earn enough money so you can spend a lot of money with your family without sweating for money to just have fun with your kids. That's my lifestyle right now. And we found actually the perfect balance that there's always money in the bank account. I can still eat the healthy stuff that I keep eating. And nothing changes in my life. And my kids are enjoying a life that I have never come close compared to when I was little. The only thing my wife is obligated to do is eat freaking healthy because I don't want my kids to ever experience a mom that is gone. And I don't want to experience that again because that's a very horrible feeling. And in this world right now that everything is about feeling, I don't think my kids are actually that ready yet for such damage because people respect weird stuff these days. But anyway, I can rant a little. Let me know what you guys think about the whole situation. And yeah, see you guys in the next one.